Welcome everyone. Today we are on our way to Charlotte's Square, which is at the west end of Princess Street. Now we are walking through the rear of the National Archives, which is the building you can see directly in front with the dome on it. And to the left coming up is a really nice wine bar. So if you are down at the Charlotte Square, pop behind the National Archives and you'll be able to go into this really nice 18th century wine bar. Now, Charlotte Square is basically named after George IV's wife, and there you can find Bute House and of course the Georgian House, which are both owned by the National Trust of Scotland. Now, Charlotte Square is notably a place that's said to be haunted, where you can actually hear a ghostly piano playing. Also, if you are lucky, you will be able to see a death coach, which is said to sit just outside the National Archives building and then gallop off into Edinburgh to pick up someone who has died. Also within this area, it is possible that you will see a person all dressed in black get out of a dark coach, and this is said to be a vampire, although I'm not 100% sure that it is an actual vampire in this case. But directly in front of us is Charlotte Square, and right in the middle of Charlotte Square is where you will hear the ghostly sound of the piano playing. Now, you can't actually get into Charlotte Square, it is privately owned, but you can walk up to the railings and listen over for the sound of the piano playing. Now, that is the National Archives building, and it's directly outside here that the black coach is said to appear. Now, as you make your way towards Queen Street, which is just down the bottom of the hill there, on the left you will pass first of all the Georgian House, which is owned by the National Trust, and you can get into the actual house and see what it would be like in the Georgian times. Also across this way is Bute House. Now, for anybody that's watching outside of Scotland, you will find the First Minister's house, or Prime Minister's house, or President's house, depending on where you're watching from, is usually heavily fortified. Well, not here in Scotland. Basically, our First Minister's house is actually open to the public. Yep, deadly serious. You can actually walk up to the door of Bute House, ring the bell, and someone will come to the door and answer it. Now, you're not likely to actually get the First Minister of Scotland in Bute House. She's normally either in the Parliament, St Andrew's House, or in her own house in Glasgow. But this really is the First Minister's house of Scotland. And as you can see, there is no fortifications around the building whatsoever. As it is, Scotland is a very welcoming country, and we invite everybody to come over and basically have a good time in venturing around Scotland as it is. Now, back to the ghosts. Directly in there, as I said, is the sound of the piano. And of course, the gentleman that's all dressed in black is said to appear